The World Expo 2010, being held from May 1st to October 31st in Shanghai, is an international fair where more than 190 countries have set up pavilions, showcasing their culture, technology, trade, and future goals for creating a better urban environment. After winning the bid to host the Expo in 2002, Shanghai began a grand-scale facelift to remodel the city. Spending more than $45 billion on upgrading Shanghai's infrastructure, the government added 6 new subway lines, refurbished old buildings, and upgraded the city's nightlights using LED technology. Shanghai has taken the theme Better City, Better Life to heart. But what can one expect to see in this 184-day-long exposition? The expo grounds are a staggering 5.3 square kilometers in size, the largest in the 160-year history of the fair. But not to worry, maps are strategically placed throughout the site, and a handheld version is available in Chinese, English, and other major languages. With so much to see, the task of navigating through the grounds can be quite overwhelming. "It's too big," said Bruce Garrison, a University of Miami professor visiting China. "The decision of what to choose to see in 2 days is hard." Indeed, with more than 250 pavilions, 210 restaurants, snack bars, and an expansive collection of sculptures on display, Expo 2010 Shanghai is an awe-inspiring achievement. This year's Expo focuses on mutual exchange of culture, technology, and plans for future development in urban areas. "We want to use technology to make tradition and modern concepts integrate," said James Wong, a Shanghai International Studies University student who visited the Expo. Here's a preview of what you can anticipate seeing inside some of the pavilions. This 2-layer structure is based on Sichuan's special landscape in the China Pavilion. A Famille Rose Landschaft Steerhead wine vessel is showcased in the Jiangxi Pavilion. A traditional Chinese Fu Lion stands guard at the entrance to the Guangdong Pavilion. Yunnan's Pavilion exhibits the beautiful scenery, colorful folk culture, and harmonious urban-rural development via multimedia. A visitor to the Canadian Pavilion tests her endurance on the stationary video interactive bike. The Pacific Pavilion is home to Pacific Green, an organization dedicated to recycling discarded palms to produce palm wood as an alternative substitute for forest hardwoods. "I like the fact that they're incorporating going green," said Helen Xing, a Beijing native. "I hope they incorporate it in Chinese cities." With a gathering of about 70 million people from around the world expected for the entire Expo, and an average daily attendance from 300,000 to 350,000 persons this month, it's easy to imagine that the crowds and long lines are on everyone's minds. But for those who never make it inside a pavilion, there are still plenty of interesting things to see. "I love looking at the buildings and styles," said Garrison. "The skin of the buildings, they all had something interesting. I found it to be a visual treat." "They have an interesting design, some a little bit off the wall, but I suppose that's the attraction of it. It's about individuality, isn't it?" Lovett said. Of course, everyone has their own opinions on the Expo's success. "I like the Expo because there are a lot of places that I can maybe go visit someday," said Malliard. "My own country's pavilion made me very angry," said Shanghai graduate student Taufik, a Mali native. "The Expo is about sharing technology, and my country's pavilion only had pictures of Timbuktu." "It all seems very clean and well organized, and there's some very interesting pavilions," said Lovett. "I was very disappointed," said University of Miami student Zahira Flores, about the Belize Pavilion. "It was just pictures. There was no technology or culture." "I think there's a problem with the theme of this expo," Taufik said. "It isn't very clear. Better city, better life can be anything.